All right, everybody. It's your boy Austin Briley coming on here with the headphones this time. Tried to do a recording of the game earlier, but waterproof cases are not soundproof, PFL fam. Alrighty. Or no, they are soundproof. That's what I meant to say. Anyways, Ole Miss, Texas. We got a Final Four game here. And you'll see who's going to sneak their way into there. The last little spot in that Final Four contention. See, it's one of the PFL. We got quarterback Casey Robinson coming in here, Heisman hopeful for the Ole Miss Rebels. And yeah, it's a big game today. We got a lot of people in attendance, hopefully, PFL wise here in the audience. We got a big crowd, obviously, in game. We're going to see Willis take it for 1 yard forward. Got Deuce Willis making a pass at the deuce, 1 yard on the play. And then Willis is going to take it again. Looks like this might be a little bit closer to the deuce. I'm going to be left with a 3rd and 2. You can see KC pass it. We will. Alrighty, we're going to have a short little, it looks like a hitch route to the inside, number 85. Going to take that play in. First down, Ole Miss. And you just got to take what Texas gives you, really. This is a team that we saw take down Florida State a couple weeks ago, so this isn't a team that's coming in here looking to mess around. Coach Nickerson's really got his guys coming in here on a mission. Here in the PFL, we love second half season comebacks. Just because you have a rough start does not mean you're out of contention by any means, and this is a perfect story here. Going back to the Ole Miss side of things, as we previously spoke, we got Casey Robinson in the backfield with Deuce Willis. A lot of people actually regard Casey, you hear Casey talk a lot about himself as the #1 quarterback in the current college series. Having another college series coming up here shortly, featuring myself and a very, very large amount of other recruits. So we'll see if Casey can hold on to that title. It looks like Ole Miss is going to have to punt the ball here. And we're going to have a touchdown. Not touchdown, but touch dash down on the punt there. We're going to see Arch Manning come out here. Arch Manning's guy, obviously, is going to be somebody to watch here. Nephew of the greats. But also CPU player looking to be replaced by newly recruited in and recently signed quarterback Lamar Anderson in the next coming weeks. We're going to start at the 5-yard line, looks like. And let's see. Thompson take the ball and looks like get a very minimal gain on the play. And we'll see Thompson get it again, but they're going to get another stop. This time we're going to see a loss of yards on the play, tackled in the backfield. Thompson going over getting a little extra height from his man on the sidelines before this next 3rd down play. But what do you guys think? I think Texas has it in them to get it done today. I know this doesn't appear to be a very, very great start for the Longhorns. But we saw Ole Miss struggle on their first drive offensively, too. 3rd and long, we're probably going to see Arch take his first pass here. Avoiding a safety is crucial. In what appears to be a defensive game like this, and that's not what you want. We're going to see an interception by the Ole Miss Rebels. And at this point in the game, what you got to wonder is if this is going to become an important factor. Is Arch going to continue to throw these, or is he going to learn from this? You have a very, 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 very good chance for Ole Miss to get on the board right here. What an interception. We got Casey Robinson coming back out here to lead his guys, hopefully on a touchdown drive here, but at least minimally a field goal. We're up about 3-yard line. We're going to have We're going to roll out. We're going to take a pass, and we're going to see a touchdown. Casey Robinson, first play Not first play, sorry. First passing touchdown for Casey Robinson on the day. We're going to get to a very, very quick 6-0 start here in this game. The biggest thing we're going to make sure that we want to pay attention to, like I said, is the turnovers. How many turnovers and how many turnovers are going to prove to be crucial. Unfortunately for Ole Miss, this appears to be a crucial turnover. We're going to get a booth review here, but that looked in from where I saw it, and yeah, we're going to get that again. As we know on the mod and with collegiate rules, we only need 1 foot in, so yeah, it's going to be an easy touchdown. Obviously, important games like this, you want to have every scoring play that's controversial reviewed, just to make sure that everybody's getting the things that they need to and the plays are going the right way to ensure that the right victor is present at the end of the game. Talk to me in the chat about signing day, guys. Any PFL fans in here looking to rep any new colleges this year? I'm going to go ahead and see a kickoff. We're going to have that return to about the 24-25 yard line. Bell's going to be the receiving end of that one. Arch Manning's going to come back out here after throwing an interception that led to a touchdown on his first pass attempt. Hopefully they're going to see a little bit of a difference here. The coach is going to have faith in him immediately again, but that's not going to go the way that coach wanted it to, and neither did Arch. You see Zeno come in on a sack for the play, and that is not what you want. Quarterback takes another attempt at passing the ball after throwing a crucial interception to start the game, and just hate to see him get hit like that. We see Arch taking a quick shot at the slant route, or in route potentially. No barrel got in on the play, and that's going to be a first down on the play. And that's going to be a risky pass that could have led to another potentially crucial interception. But you can see what he was trying to do there. And obviously, that's a pass that just comes out to where do you release the ball at? Where does that come out of your hand at? Where's your arm at the time of release? If the arm's a little bit more vertical, that's a much more completable likely pass. So Ole Miss is going to come back out here on the field now after a punt by the Texas Longhorns. And have a run play by Deuce Willis. And the biggest thing is here also is who's going to get comfortable first. Right now we're looking at two teams who don't really have a set, functional, continuously on game plan towards the opposition. See who's going to really grind that forward first. We're going to see a completion by Casey Robinson to the 40-yard line to Everett. Casey seems to be favoring his mobile side right now as opposed to standing in the pocket. Or when he does stand in the pocket, moving around a bunch. We're going to come out here and look at the signings real quick. So for Ole Miss, we're going to have number 17 wide receiver Nick Riggs. We're going to have tight end Matthew Webb. Number 4, Bryson Armani, cornerback. And number 3, cornerback Juno Webb. For Texas, we are going to be looking at Lamar Anderson, as previously stated earlier, to be taking over the reins for Arch Manning. Set out at number 2, we're going to have Darrell Franklin, strong safety, number 1. Jackson Willis, cornerback, number 10. And Jadon Sanders, or Jaden Sanders, potentially. I'll have to check on that one later. But he'll be playing cornerback for the Longhorns at number 12 as well. And that's a risky pass there. Fortunately, Ole Miss is in field goal range, so they do have the potential, if they do not turn the ball over or lose any significant amount of yardage, to make this a two-possession game. That's an interesting look there, but it's going to turn out to be somewhat fruitful. Ultimately, probably going to come down to a 3-point try on this play, though. You got defensive coordinator over there just going over the plays with some of his players while the offense is on the field. Maybe changing up some personnel, perhaps. And that is going to be a beautiful fade route. Oh my God, that is intense. That is a pass that you don't throw unless you're confident. That's a pass that you just close your eyes and you look over in that corner and you just throw that ball. You don't look, turn your helmet mic off beforehand so coach can't say nothing to you. You just beeline it to the sideline like when you forgot to take the chicken out of the freezer for your mom before she got home from work. You're trying to get up the stairs back in your room so she don't come and catch you. And that's what you just got to do, and it proved fruitful there for Casey Robinson. And if he wants to win the Heisman, especially keep that best quarterback nickname alive, he's going to have to be able to make enough plays here to ensure himself both not only a place in the playoff, but a playoff win and that Heisman win as well. And as I previously stated, he seems to be a little antsy back there, but, I mean, he's getting comfortable-ish. Get a throwaway. Not sure if that was an intended pass or not, but ultimately it's going to avoid the sack. And Deuce is going to take it in for another touchdown. We're going to see 14-0 for Ole Miss. And it's looking good for the Rebels early. Like I said, not really seeing too much of a play establishment yet here, but we're definitely seeing a dominance on one side of the ball. And I think that's just the coaching. You got 2 young quarterbacks here. One, obviously, who's got a lot more on his plate than just being a normal quarterback. You got a quarterback here in Casey Robinson who's just kind of doing his thing, and it's putting him in the Heisman hopeful list. And you got a quarterback like Arch Manning where it's just like, you better get there. We expect it from you. You better be undefeated. I mean, like, look at who your family is. And so we'll see if he can overcome that adversity, but it's looking good for Mississippi right now. I love calling him that. Mississippi. How many S's is that? 4? Dang, you got 4 of every letter except for the M. And if y'all can figure out a way to put 4 M's in Mississippi and make it sound better, let me know. We're still vibing here in the first quarter. Bell's going to get another return. And then here comes Arch Manning again out into the field. Perhaps after these last couple pass showings, we'll see more Thompson on this drive. But, I mean, you never know. It's Madden and it's Coach Nickerson. So, and just to clarify, that is Nick, N-I-C-K. Dot like in the dictionary. E-R. Dot like in the dictionary. S-O-N. Gotta watch out for them YouTube monetizer bots. We have Arch here with a bundle of time. And Arch just really coming out here giving his best impression of Super Bowl 46 or 7, I believe, where his uncle came out and absolutely just dogged himself against the Seattle Seahawks. We're going to see another punt here. And perhaps Ole Miss is just going to keep running the score up at this point. Perhaps things will get a little bit looser. You got 2 touchdowns now. You know, if you don't score here, they got to score twice to even get to where you're at. So, I mean, the pressure's off here. You can kind of just do whatever you want to do. You don't really advise doing anything too chaotic or crazy here. But it's Casey Robinson. Like I said, if he wants to really secure this bag for himself, he's gonna need to show that here tonight. But when you got guys like Deuce Willis in here, your job just gets easier and easier. Looking at this reminds me of a game going back to 2013. A lot of people know I'm from Oregon. That's why I committed to the Ducks for the PFL. Marcus Mariota came in, had that really great season, but unfortunately falling short to Ohio State. But in that conference championship game against Arizona, they were still voted the underdogs. After everything that had happened, it was crazy. And I've seen a lot of that here. A lot of it trying to figure out where Casey, if he's just going to – what this is, I think, is he's just really trying to figure out if he's going to be a stationary quarterback this game or if he's going to try and use that dual threat. You can tell he's wanting to run at times, but he's looking forward. He's seeing down the field, and he's finding better options. Being really that team-first guy, which is what you really want to see for a Heisman finalist here. Taking hits like that for a gain of just a couple yards just to get your team in a little bit better position. See a lot of these high point fades with Ole Miss today. I am not too sure what the idea was there, other than maybe getting that angle off the sideline, try and beat the corner and the safety. We'll have a 3rd and short here. Ole Miss is going to stay mobbing Deuce Willis. You know what they say, they call him the Deuce because he's just always pushing through, you know. There's a good example of that there. This is just not the Texas team that took down that Florida State team just a little over a week ago. But there is time for that to change. We did see Texas have a much larger explosion in their second half. Casey Robinson takes it for a 1st down there. And they're already in field goal range again. This has the potential to get very out of hand very quickly. They don't do something about it. And that is a beautiful touchdown pass from Casey Robinson. Touchdown, Ole Miss Rebels. Arch was just thinking about all those times that he was like, I can't be my uncle. 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 And just realizing the harsh reality of him becoming his uncle on that fateful day. Ole Miss getting fired up for obvious reason on their sideline right now. So this is the big game, and they realize that. Forgot to touch on the uniforms. Ole Miss coming out in the whiteouts. Texas coming out in the Almost. And perhaps that's it. Mississippi came out here today wanting to put on a little extra pizzazz, and Texas was like, you know what? No, we're going to pretend this is a normal football game. Football's always football, no matter what the stakes are. Rules are always the same, and so are the uniforms. And you know what? I get it. Texas is also the university where the notable Dr. Phil came from. Perhaps there's a psychological advantage that Texas believes they have over their opponents here by wearing their home uniforms instead of matching their uniform competitiveness. Can I get a W in the chat for Carlos Thompson? Have a very large pickup there, and that's what you want to see from Texas in a situation like this. Right now it's really crunch time. When booties are puckered and brains are just crunched, you gotta really come in there and just give it to them. Y'all can go ahead and dump me for that one. Anyways, first down on the play. And Carlos Thompson's making a much bigger impact. On this drive here. Ole Miss still trying to get fired up, trying to keep that momentum on their sideline. Obviously, being the away team, it's not too big because we're not at a neutral site game. You gotta imagine how it feels to be Casey Robinson and the Ole Miss Rebels right now. Halfway through the second quarter with a 21-0 lead over the Texas Longhorns, looking to advance after this game to the college football playoff semifinals. After Utah just got in over LSU 28-18, I believe is what it was. One of the things we do know about football, though, is nothing has to be today. It's the one thing I always live by when I play. Nothing has to be today. And that can go anyway. It really just depends on where you allocate your energy and your mentality to. You don't have to throw a single touchdown. You can throw 9 picks. You don't have to throw 9 picks. You can throw 9 touchdowns. You can throw 9 picks and lose. You can throw 9 picks and win. Shout out to my boy Chris Jones. You don't know what I'm talking about. Texas is going to get on the board here. Do we see a spark here from this Texas Longhorns team? I believe Texas also does get the ball at the second half. I will have to go and look at that, but that's going to be NJ Abaya. I hope to God I said that right. Arch is going to get a little bit more in tune with himself. Football's a crazy game. And it's really hard to describe the eyes of a quarterback because it's such a weird position. And it's such a weird situation to be in as a human. But I think now that Arch has found his ID, they returned it to him. during that last Ole Miss offensive series. He had lost it again. He was just worried about his eligibility. And Coach Nickerson and him had to talk about it. Now he's got his ID. He's found himself on the field here. Things are going to start hopefully looking good for this Texas team. However, like I said, in a game where you're rooting for Heisman hopefuls, you don't want to see Ole Miss slow down here whatsoever. In fact, if you're an Ole Miss fan, obviously you want to see this game extend to a 28-7 game to wipe away that touchdown that Texas just scored. You got Deuce showing some skill, reaching back for a pass that came in pretty hot from KC. We got 3:20 left in the second quarter, everybody. I see Deuce carry it again. 2nd and 1. It's going to look like. We see a pump fake. And then a nice little short pass there. And that's got to suck. You can see KC pulling a little bit of turf out of his mask there as Arch gets up to flex after throwing a touchdown after throwing an interception previously in this game. Playing field is now even, says Arch Manning, everybody. You know what's crazy, everybody? What's 16 plus 2? Peyton Manning is here in spirit, everybody. The forehead is here. Just gotta imagine the level of awareness that somebody has with a head that big. Way to use it for our entertainment, Peyton. Shout out to you. And Ole Miss is actually going to be stopped here on this drive by a pretty significant distance. And I'm going to have to wait and see if that's a touchback. It does appear so. Yes, we have a touchback, so we're going to see the ball at the 20-yard line. Oh, and you can't get held up there like that. Gotta be more accurate with that football. I'm gonna see him take another shot like that again. He's gonna say, "Psych, nah, y'all thought." Wait a minute. You go for it again. It's like, Coach, I threw a touchdown earlier. I got it. We got number 0 coming out here. Cool to see zeros on the field. Debate in the chat. Do you all agree with Coach Prime? Should players be allowed to wear the number 0? Is it accurate when they say that, in essence, they are nothing, or 0 something? And then we're going to see him give it right back to Ole Miss here, unfortunately. 44 seconds left. We'll see if there's a famous last-second halftime drive. Sorry. Or if they're just going to be conservative here and move forward to the second half. I'm trying to figure out who number 4 was. Oh well, we'll move on. Ole Miss is going to come out here for another offensive possession. Like I said, we'll see right here on this play if they're going to be conservative and take shots. And shots is going to be what it is. That's a tough situation. You want to throw it away so you can make sure that you don't lose the yardage. But if you got the awareness there and you know what the pressure is behind you and where everybody's at, and we'll take a look at that in a second. All right, it looks like Ole Miss does maintain possession. Very, very, very distant field position right now. And they're just going to play it conservative. I'm hoping to take it down on the clock. We're going to get a timeout here instead. And that's going to put Arch Manning in position to yeet the football. Or perhaps they just give it to Thompson and wanted to make Mississippi sweat out the unknown. But I don't think it's like that. I told y'all, there it goes. And that's... Can I get an L in the chat? For the coverage on that play. That was perfect. Gotta love those Jets flying over that college football emblem. So much nostalgia. And we see no huddle here, so all right, we'll head right to the second half then. So yeah, everybody, thanks for hanging out so far. Hope you've enjoyed the rambling. We got a 21-7 ball game here. I got the Ole Miss Rebels taking on the Texas Longhorns for a seed in the semifinals for the season 1 of the college series in the PFL here. We got Ohio State dropping it on Mississippi State right now. Brock Purdy came back and said, you know what? They're looking at getting Aaron Rodgers. I got it. And we got Sean Petras, 2 touchdowns over Minnesota right now. And then lastly, we're going to have Spencer Rattler somehow getting himself over to Auburn and getting a 24-23 win over Brown and the Volunteers. And in our ball game here, it's been a very Ole Miss heavy game. Hopefully we're going to see Texas bring a lot more of a flow here in the second half of this game. And then, yeah, hopefully we'll get you guys out of here with a good idea of what to expect in the semifinals. Texas is going to get the ball here. It's going to be Bell again. Thompson's going to be coming out here after having a 4.1 yards per carry average on a 41-yard, 10 carry game. And you got to factor, he's obviously knows what's on the line here. He's a very well-rounded guy, and you just got to feel for him. The team's not really feeling it right now, and he can only do so much. Or perhaps they are. See what those halftime adjustments are going to come and play here. Hopefully they'll be 3-dimensional and not just 1-dimensional. And that's just the case of where your top guys feel. I'm like, he's got to do too much to get the team out of the situation that they're in right now. Like I said, it sucks when you see somebody having to struggle like that. Yeah, you see the anger right there on Thompson. It's just... Hopefully we can expect him to some point in this game rip off something pretty large. And that's just got to be why he's frustrated. That's got to be why Coach Nickerson's frustrated. And that's ultimately got to be why Lamar Anderson's taking over everybody. Just saying. Coach Nickerson's been talking that boy up so much that when you're in a situation like this, for good reason. Get a replay of that last check down. Perhaps could be a longer, deeper screen. And it's not going to matter. Texas is going to have to give the ball back here. You can get a backspin on the punt, though, so we're going to get a ball down at either the 3 or the 4 yard line there. I'm going to say 3. Pretty successful season for Deuce Willis. This will be a real test of what Ole Miss is going to be capable of here in this game, especially after adjustments come into play. Ole Miss almost recreating what gave them the ability to get their first score on the board today with an interception from Texas. And now we're seeing someone who looks a little bit frazzled. This isn't what you want to see, even amidst this lead with your Heisman hopeful quarterback. There's obviously a lot of guys coming in here and trying to do a lot of things. Utah just came off of a larger win. Obviously, if you don't stay consistent and Texas takes this game here, then you fall off of that. And yeah, it's just, see, what's the point in doing that? You got to wonder. Texas is going to hold strong, get that ball back. Perhaps that's the defensive adjustments of Texas during halftime. And that's just what was left open. And it was really at that point, when you see the defense on the field, you got to plan in your head of, all right, we're just going to get this into more adaptive punting range and just let it go from there, or if we're going to do something else with it. And so Thompson's going to get this back. Going to fortunately juke into the defender this time instead of away, so he's not going to lose any yards. And going to be a loss of 1 or 2 right there. Going to be the second tackle for a loss for number 8 in this game. Coach Nickerson's just really wondering what's going on. What's the deal at this point? Seeing inconsistency all around from this whole team, and this top tier guys are wanting to come in and really try and take over to step up, and the positions they're in are just so crucial but sub-crucial at the same time that they're not doing what it needs, and it really is. It's tough to watch, but hopefully, like I said, we can see it turn around here, and if not, this has been a great. I don't want to say it's a great way for Texas to go down, but it's a respectable way after everything that's gone on. After everything they've done, dethroning Florida State from that undefeated season, which we now know they would have kept, beating Oregon. Yeah, man, that would have been tough. But they're going to actually down Ole Miss back here. Again, in very, very, very tough field position. Perhaps looking to do the same thing defensively, that they're going to have Deuce Willis push forward to the 11-yard line, I believe that was, for a first down. My apologies, everybody. Just take care of something real quick. We're back. And we'll have him here at the 13-yard line. And at this point, I think what Ole Miss is really trying to do is just trying to play defense and keep the clock moving. Waste a lot of this game away. And then a lot of the rest of this game cannot even include Texas football. Ultimately being what will allow them to. That's what I've been talking about. That's what I've been saying, that when you feel that pressure back there, if you're aware of it, you just got to take what they'll give you. And that's it right there. Casey's going to get a first down on the play, and that's going to put them in great field position to keep moving forward. What a way to just put it on your back and say, I'm going to go get this. That's what you do want to see from your Heisman hopeful, and that's a Heisman hopeful play right there. That's just being completely aware of the field. And ultimately, so is that. And you're getting that ball away right away. When you turn around real quick, it's really easy to just put your head down and be like, oh my gosh, I don't want to get hit. How do I protect myself? But KC just flips it away, throws the ball away, and moves forward. And that's tough. And that's what I'm talking about. Got a 14-point game now. Look at this, 21-7. It seems very, very large when you look at it, but if you think about it in the actuality of the score, 14-0, doesn't sound as scary. And that's the ball game we have here, with a chance for Texas to score with half field position right now. But can Arch handle the pressure? Both quarterbacks even now with an interception, but Casey Robinson with 2 touchdowns. Deuce Willis with the 3rd for Mississippi today. You get to hear the audience kind of shriek from that one. It's a big hit. And a loss of 1 on the play. Coach Nickerson is just going to tell his coaches to let him be, to figure out how he wants to get this done. Obviously, their play calling has not worked here today, and perhaps it might just be time to revert to Coach Tyon's basics that he has and that he implements, and that can be what gets it done. I do want to see points scored out of this drive, though. We don't want to see any sort of change of possession here without points for Texas. Otherwise, this has the potential still to get very bad for them. Shout out to everybody bearing with us also. Working on the sim right now with the delay of NCAA football coming out for another year, unfortunately. I know 2023 felt so far away for all of us, and now 2024 seems even further, but hold strong. Almost to the middle of April already. It's whack. But we're going to see a deeper field goal here. Hopefully this isn't one that's missed, because that would give Ole Miss the field position right back where they had it. And it is going to be missed. So we are going to see a transition back to Ole Miss, actually returning the ball in and around the position where they had it initially at the time of the interception. And Texas, unfortunately, is not going to move forward in points at all. And at that point, that's the risk you got to take when you're Coach Tyon and this Texas team, because your team's just not clicking right now. Your quarterback's not throwing it where it needs to be. Your running back can't find lanes. Your line well blocked. I mean, you really just got to hold out for your kicker and hope that 3 points each time is enough. And unfortunately, certain circumstances play into that, and it just can be an issue sometimes. But all in all, there's just a sack on Casey Robinson there. See the Ole Miss guys kind of putting their head down a little bit. The turf tape's probably coming in extremely handy right now. You ever had turf burn you? Now that you probably would rather just tear your ACL sometimes if it's bad enough. I can attest to it. I've done both. I'd rather blow my knee again than than ever and get that massive amount of turf burn on my leg. It's like falling down a rubber cliff, scaling the whole way down for anybody that doesn't know. Oh, we got the undershirt. Oh, we vibing. Strain play there. Willis from KC. Not going to be anything too plentiful there. Bring him back to the 10-yard line, or not 10-yard line. Being 10 yards out. Gotta love the update on the new Wilson ball too. If you're familiar with the Madden franchise at all, in any actual like EA implemented high school or college play, it doesn't actually feature this current ball you're seeing. So that updated ball is pretty cool. And these punters are on fire today. I wouldn't be surprised, everybody, if we sit here now and we see this is your final score. But if you watch my last game, that conveniently involved Texas, that was not the case. And so we'll see here. But we do seem to be witnessing a bit of a stall out now. Teams are becoming more even matched, and it's just looking, unfortunately, to be a little bit too late for Texas. But you never know. Big dubs. See another interception there, and that's going to be. Give it a second here. We'll take a look at the field. Might be something interesting going on here. Alright, never mind. So scratch what I was going to say. We're within field goal range already, and this looks really bad for this Texas team right now. Makes you wonder what's going on. What a release on that pass. It's going to be Wise, number 85. Interception. King on the tackle. That's a good example there of arm length and dexterity and how that's important when releasing those passes that you want to complete over those other linemen. This is going to do a play action fake. And we'll walk right in after that guy gets chop blocked. Doesn't even know what to do anymore. You see the score extended 28-7. So, as I said, broke into existence like I usually do. And now you have a 28-7 ball game. I think we're also seeing somewhat what people expected to see. I think we expected Ole Miss to win this game ultimately. I think we had a lot of close games this last week, so kind of expected to maybe be something that Madden's feeling a certain type of way, but looking here like it's going to be a very one-sided day. Then Arch's going to come out here in garbage time, see if he can rack up anything here. You got to feel for Casey Thompson, man. What a way for your season to end. At least competitively towards that last push. I mean, you make a player in this league, or you just play football at all, any team you're on, no matter what it is, your dream and your only desire and want is to be a champion. And when that falls, it sucks. We're going to see a massive step up there. There's a couple members of this team still are giving their absolute all to make a final push to maybe make it not look as bad here today. I'm just going to have to give credit where credit is due here to this Ole Miss team. It just comes down to who wants it bad enough, and we saw today that Ole Miss really did want it. Casey really does want to be held in that regard, and he showed it. Barring a couple little moments that you're going to always see from those young guys. It'll correct in time. We got another season here around the corner. KC will be rolling right back in. A little bit more experience, a lot more upgrades. And we'll really get to see how he sets these younger new guys in line. We're going to see Texas in scoring range. But Arch is just throwing it to throw it. Sometimes. I mean, this does have the potential to get crazy, and a lot would need to happen. And Ole Miss would need to flip their whatever entirely, but I mean, what a game to be sitting here calling when that happens, I guess. And it does happen, and it will happen. Maybe not today necessarily, but it will happen. This is one of the awesome pleasures of being in sim leagues. It's going to be a very scary, most likely no-look pass, but Arch Manning's going to get fired up with Reyes. There's a connection from there for a touchdown on the play. We'll be back down to that 14-0 score. Just touching on earlier. And that's just making sure that guy can't take that ball from you. Kicker redeemed himself with an extra point there. We got 9:06 in this bout here for the playoff berth. Final playoff berth, to clarify. It's a good day to be a Rebel, everybody. At least for now. Casey Robinson, 20 of 30, 176, 2-to-1 ratio. .26 left as Deuce Wells is going to take it again. Yeah, I'm just really trying to push that clock down as we get closer, hopefully. This game will be marginalized enough to where we'll be able to see it just tick down. You got a last little bit of good sportsmanship from both sides. So Texas moves forward in their own direction, and Ole Miss moves forward to take on. You will actually see in PFL CS1 CFP That was a lot of letters. I hope I got that right. But yeah, have Texas get another return here, and I'm actually going to see him get a little shaky here. The best return of the night for Bell. Arch Manning's going to come out here tonight. Probably second to last time, 16 for 28, 2-to-2 ratio. I believe that said 168 yards. I'm probably wrong. That's going to increase right there. Texas glad to have the football back. Probably the best decision Arch Manning's made all night. Throws it away right there. Keeps him in workable field range. Going to see an iffy play call there. Assuming Texas believes that Ole Miss thinks that they will back down here, which is why they are faking runs. And I personally think you go for it here. Don't try to be a hero. Don't try to get anything gigantic, but be mindful, be respectful of your team and the other team. Know your situation. Be aware of what's going on around you. Come up with a formidable plan and get the 4 yards here. Because if you kick that field goal, you're wasting time. And the coach Town is going to agree. Yeah, I mean, you can't do nothing about that. I don't even know what to say about that. That's why they're still fighting. And that guy's going to keep shoving that guy, and the coach just like, I don't even know. And they're probably still fighting in the corner. Because we're going to cut to a cut scene of Casey Robinson coming in. We're going to have security come and get those guys real quick. .621 left in the fourth, so Ole Miss takes over. Deuce Willis trying to give his best. Muhammad Ali can show you how great he is. That first down on the ball 4 more times. Go into clock mode. Cut off a couple minutes. Do it again. And you're going to the playoffs. That's a smart play. Casey's going to go ahead and slide when he recognizes this guy's not going to take on the block. Deuce making sure they get the first down to keep the clock moving. Going to be coming up on 4 minutes here. And a spell. And 2 yards to pick up here. Actually, just a yard. Deuce is going to get it done. When you need one, give it to the guy named after him with the number 2. We'll be halfway there and living on a prayer. Straight mobbing. What a name, though. Deuce Willis. It just sounds like the name of somebody who's going to come in and mess up other teams. Like, bro, you don't look so hot. What's wrong? I got deuced. (35-14). And Ole Miss is really going to come out of here today victorious. That's going to wrap it up for Texas here. And Ole Miss is freaking out now. They know what's going on. They know what happened. Number 16 is mobbing. That's what you love to see. See a 3-touchdown to 1 interception day for Casey Robinson. Again, that just touches back to young guys making mistakes, you know. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's just you just got to get the win in order to move forward. You don't got to be perfect in any way, shape, or form, and Casey knows that. And they really came here today and said, we don't care that we're not the home team. We don't care about the Mannings. We're us, and we can do this. And they've done it here today. Ole Miss going to give a deep kick, probably riding off the confidence that they just established off of that previous score. And 2:36 here for Texas to either drain clock, give the ball back to Ole Miss, or maybe put up a last-second paper changer of their own. In the words of Brandon Godden, at least it wasn't an interception. Not that I guess it would have mattered at this point, but like I said, Texas is going to fall here, and that's going to put Ole Miss in the final spot. So your college football semifinal for College Series 1 of the PFL is going to come down to Ole Miss, Utah, Florida State, and just had it, I'm blanking on it, Florida State and Miami. So we got 2 Florida teams, and then we got 2 guys from, or not 2 guys, 2 teams from 2 opposite sides of the country coming in there to rep their squads. We'll see how it goes. That was a nice pass there from Arch. And that's the thing that's kind of beautiful sometimes about situations like this. Is just there's 1 of 2 ways that stress can fall off of you. You're either winning and you're just in your groove, or you're losing by so much that you don't care no more. And you do some pretty amazing things sometimes. I'm not sure if that was completed or not. It does look like that was. Minute 17 left here. KC getting the crowd, and what there is of it, for Ole Miss hyped up. Making sure that they know that the Rebels are going to the college football playoff to compete for a national championship berth and trophy. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe these guys will be going to go take on Utah. Florida State and Miami will be battling each other. Don't hold me to that, though. Unless it's accurate, then I definitely said that. We're going to tough out the final minute here with Arch. Looks like he's just trying to do too much. hopefully Casey and Deuce will come in here now and just salt this away real quick. Try to make it as painless as possible for these Longhorns as they exit here today. So yeah, thank you guys for vibing here with me today. Hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. If you're interested in joining the PFL, stay tuned. We'll have different ways that you can do that posted up in various locations. We do have our Instagram. We'll be under the Fine Football League. And you can always find us here at YouTube. Yeah. Like I said, we're going to see Mississippi walk out of here today, take up that final spot in the college football playoff that consists of Florida State, Miami, Utah, and now Mississippi. And that's going to conclude your ball game. Alrighty, guys. We'll let you guys go ahead and get on to whatever else you guys got going on for your evenings. But this has been Austin Briley. We got Texas at Ole Miss here. Thanks for coming around. Like I said, it's always awesome coming in here and chilling with you guys when we do this. But yeah, we hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, get looking forward to that playoff out here in a couple weeks, and we'll see how it goes. Alrighty, guys.